So I'm here with Alex Long, and he's been in business for a while. He's still in his 30s, but when did you start in business, Alex?
I started my first company in 2007, which is all around fencing. So that's 18 years now.
Yeah, and how old were you then?
I would have been 21.
21. What was it like to start a business? What was the biggest challenge?
At that time, it was definitely like age, because everyone questions your age,
Right.
that you're a kid.
Right.
And you pretty well are. You know, I had a couple years experience with my belt, but it was really hard to, convince clients that,
Yeah.
that you're fit to do the work. So a lot of times, you had to give them a good price in order to be rewarded the job. And that was kind of to establish your name, reputation, and, get some referrals from that client.
Right.
So there was a lot of hard work for sure, a lot of sacrifice to start. And I believe any company you start these days, you got to be prepared to eat shit.
Yeah, 100%.
That's it. I think that's
It's interesting, Alex. I when I was young, believe it or not, I was young once. I thought people who discriminated against people just because they were young, that was a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
And to discriminate against people who are old also is a mistake. People who are older, maybe they're not quite as strong or physically as strong,
Yep.
but they have some wisdom perhaps to contribute to. And I just think ageism is full of baloney. And young people have strength, they have luck, they have ambition, they have energy, and a lot of the people that I employed all throughout my career were very young and just getting started, and I never held that against them. So I understand where you were at, and it's kind of frustrating. And I'm just going to turn over here,
Yeah.
and Alex's dad, Mr. Law, say hi.
Hello.
And you're running the dumper?
I'm running the dump truck. Yes, I am.
All right. And you have some very good boys. I know Phil, and of course Alex and Chris.
Yeah, proud of them all.
What's that?
Proud of all of them.
You should be. They're great kids. All right. So back to you, Alex. So you got your start 17 years ago. It was all around fencing. And today it's into the seven figures in terms of sales, which is great. And you were saying earlier, before I turned on my camera, that you're doing about 200 jobs a year.
That's correct. Yep.
And the key to success in a business that's blue collar is what?
It's going to be a lot of hard work, long hours, and your team. So
Right.
you have to create a system where everyone's working together, and you have to pay your employees well and show them appreciation, and they're gonna hopefully put that effort back into the company. So I think that goes a long way, and it took a couple years to fine tune everything and find really good employees and good staff to come back year after year. And as soon as we got 4 or 5 crews at one time, we were really going hard. So
And
that really worked.
so all around fencing does fencing, obviously. What else does it do?
We're getting recently into a little bit more landscaping.
Yeah, I thought so.
And lots of decks. People are very surprised to hear that we do decks and
Yeah.
to see our portfolio.
Yeah.
And there's just hundreds of decks. So some high-end projects as well. So yeah, we're definitely expanding a bit, but my true goal now is to get into the storage industry. So,
Right. I'm just going to pan around one more time,
Yeah.
and then I'll come back to you, Alex. So this is Hudon Parc, or Parc Hudon en français. And you can sort of see, I'll see if I can zoom in a little closer, that Alex is just starting to build some contractor yards, and some other things that will go in here include, I think, workshops, Alex. We said workshops.
That's right. Mini storage.
Mini storage, yeah, I
Yep.
forgot that. You can park your boat, you've got an excavator here. And by the way, did you just buy this?
I did, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, 'cause I was renting one that cost me 20 grand for 2 months. So
So you
10
might as
grand.
well buy one.
Yeah, so I already know I'm gonna have to rent one for months on end, almost, especially getting into next season when we get to phase 2.
Yeah.
So I figured, hey, I just buy it. If I lose 10 grand in value, I'm still winning. for
Still
sure.
winning, yeah.
Still winning.
And how many acres does GETSPACE have here?
It's 12.87 acres. I think the usable space after green spaces and setbacks, I think we're around 8.
8 acres, okay.
Yeah.
So it'd be a pretty big operation for you. And you've got a couple of other sites here. One is owned on the corner by?
Flixbus.
Yeah. So that's the international. They do some international
That's
travel
right.
with buses, and they do some commuter traffic. And then there's one last piece, I think, at the corner available,
Yeah,
right?
there's a little
At the
gold
end.
mine waiting for somebody to pick up there. That's slowly just increasing in value, and every time that we put some more work into the
Yeah.
to the Hudon Park itself, that property is going to increase. And I think it's a really good property for a certain individual to start a business and need some land. That's for sure.
Okay, last thing, if you were giving advice to a young person who wants to start a business today, what would be the number one thing you would say to him or her?
Number one thing, I'd just say don't listen really to anyone but yourself, because everyone's going to tell you it's going to be too hard, you're going to fail. And it's a lot of people speaking for themselves, they're just afraid to try stuff and fail, where, expect to fail and learn from it and
Wow.
want to fail,
I
because
like that.
that's how you create wisdom, success. Anyone that's successful has failed, and
100%.
100%. So, and I'm 38. I've failed a lot, tons and tons of all kinds of shit, but I've come out more successful on other investments and stuff I've took risks on. So, and that's why I am where I am today. I mean, if I had a job in 2007 till today, I'll tell you right now, I wouldn't have any of this stuff.
Yeah, I hear you. I had my fortune told once when I was in Merida, in Mexico, and this young woman told me, sometimes you win and sometimes you learn.
Yep.
I thought she was going to say sometimes you win,
lose.
sometimes you lose, but she said no,
You learn.
sometimes you win and
Yep.
sometimes you learn. So even from a fail, as you said, you learn a lot.
Exactly, 100%. And there's so many different ways to approach things these days, and just really take the time to calculated decisions would be the best.
All right, thanks, Alex.